And I don't understand why I'm so tired today. I took like a 30, 45-minute nap today. I had a monster this morning, and then around 5 or 6, my girlfriend and I went to work at Starbucks, and I don't know how much caffeine that had, but it had some caffeine for sure. I know it has espresso, but like I feel like it didn't wake me up. It's weird, man. Like I want to go in there and buy an amino energy drink, but I know that would not be a smart thing to do since I already had a monster, had some Starbucks. May not be the worst thing to do, but I also don't want to I feel like every time I drink too much caffeine, I get really hot. And I'm more concentrated on like how hot I am. And it prevents me from having to go lift. Like I would not say that I'm concentrating on the heatness of how I feel. It's just I feel hotter than normal. And if I feel uncomfortable when I'm exerting more energy because then I get more hot. So, but I'm planning on doing some more squats. Man, I can't speak. I'm planning on doing more squats today. We might go a little bit heavier than last time. I might put 135 on the bar for the first time for squat. I mean, I put 135 for the deadlift, and honestly, that felt very light. Did it feel light? Man, I can't remember now. But I think I'm gonna do it for the squat, and I'm genuinely excited. So one of the subscribers actually wanted me to review the Converse that I have on right now. So I'm gonna talk about those real quick. Honestly, Converse, they're great shoes, except they're bad. Same thing with the Vans. Normally like 99% of shoes, take this with a grain of salt, but usually most of them are pretty bad overall because, all right, imagine this. These are your toes, right? When you have your shoes on, they get stuck and they get squished together. So now like they're even closer than this. And when they're close like this or tight together, they're not able to spread out. And this action of your toe spreading out allows you to have more stability. And you might be thinking, oh, like a few centimeters is not doing much, but really it's doing a lot more to stabilize you and have a firmer grasp on the ground. And it really does help a lot. So the squatting shoes I was looking at getting, the $200 pairs, they have a wide toe area. So your toes are able to spread out a little bit more. And honestly, that's probably why I prefer wearing my Timberlands over any type of shoe. I think I need new ones, but they have more of a space for me to spread out my toes. Because I'm wearing my Tims everywhere. Only shoe that I ever wear. And honestly, need to get new Tims, new boots in general. But yeah. But Converse, they're a decent way to go because they're flat enough on the floor that you're able to like stabilize yourself pretty good. Like there's not enough there isn't a lot of cushion. Whereas some shoes they have a lot of cushion between. Converse, they're a decent way to go. I mean they're pretty cheap. I think I got these for like $50. If you can get the wider Converse, that might be the best bet. And then try to invest on squatting shoes if that's your goal, or deadlift shoes that allow you to spread out your shoe or your toes. All right, let's do this next set. As you know, one of the things that I need to work on is mobility. So this is kind of one of the things that I'm doing to really improve that. This is going to help my thoracic spine. And right now I'm just kind of like loosening things up, kind of giving my shoulders the ability to rotate backwards. I mean, I don't need them to rotate 100% backwards, but the easier I'm able to do this, the better. Like there's some people that can go this wide and bend their arms backwards. like sure their anatomy might be different, uh, which is why I'm not trying to, but overall, I mean, just this over time, this is like doing hip circles, rotating your hips, like opening up your hips. I'm basically opening up my shoulders. That's what I'm doing right now. Uh, and yes, I do think it's important for squats because like when you're doing this, you have the bar behind you. Like you don't want to have any issues with your shoulder and your hip as you have the bar here. So it's a small detail that maybe not many people think about. But take that with a grain of salt. I'm not a power lifter, just someone that wants to get back into squatting because I genuinely enjoy it. It's brutal and I love it. Uh, and honestly, I feel like I've gained a lot of size from squatting personally, at least on my legs, which is one of the reasons why I want to get back into it. So I'm not sure if you remember that I might have been my last video actually, now that I think about it. No, it was not. Anyways, excuse me. I had to leave the gym early after doing my squat on my deadlifts because my sister wasn't feeling well. And my nephews were sick too. Her kids. And I think I might be getting sick from that. I think. Very small possibility. I think my body, I think I'm in the early stages of getting sick where you think you're getting sick, but you're not sick. Like you cannot explain it, but you think you are sick, but you're in denial, like I'm not sick. Like, I don't feel anything right now, but I'm a little more tired than usual. Yeah, that's about it right now. So who knows? Maybe tomorrow morning when I wake up, I'm gonna be like sick. Hopefully not, but you never know. So right now I got 65 on here. It's not a lot of weight. And I want to make sure that I'm warming up properly. Like, sure, normally I would warm up with the bar, but I don't want to waste my energy. Going up to 135. So 65, I think, is a decent place to start. It's going to give me a little bit of instability because there's no, these things, clips on the ends. So the weights are going to be moving just slightly, which is going to help out a little bit with my personal stability. So let's see how I do. Oh yeah. All right. There you go. All right. I need to open my feet more. Come on. Easy peasy. I don't know why, but like when I get to this portion right here, this area gets a little uncomfortable. It might be my knees, I don't know. But I don't think I did my squats or my squatting positions for this week. And by that I mean, and I'm getting winded real quick. My squatting positions are basically me in a squat at home and trying to tolerate it for as long as possible. It's really good to get your body anatomically correct because it will correct itself. You just have to do it for a long period of time. And it gets easier. So I don't think I did those this week. I don't like wearing my watch. I don't know what the fuck I'm wearing yet. The only reason I have an Apple Watch is to track myself. Is to track my steps. Man, I can't talk. And ever since I got my treadmill, I want to make sure that I'm walking adequately enough. And I didn't walk today because I had a couple reports to do that usually take my undivided attention. And when I'm walking on the treadmill, I might not be as focused. And these reports take me a while. Like I wish I could walk and be 100% focused. I wish that was possible. But I can't. Now, if it's something that doesn't require much of my focus, I'll walk for sure. So So I've been trying to cut my steps, and I said, like, all right, once I'm done with these reports, I will get the treadmill out, start walking. But these reports took me, let's say, 4 hours, maybe a little bit longer. And then on top of the reports, I had a few more reports to do that I was asked of. So, yeah, it's somewhat of an excuse, but you know what? It is what it is. Got to pay the bill somehow. Balance. Raise the core. Oddly enough, 95 pounds felt a lot easier than the 65 pounds. Don't know if like mentally I just embrace myself more, or I just put more effort. But it did feel easier. Maybe the 2 warm-ups really did help out a lot. So I think I'm gonna add a 10 on each side, making it whatever makes it 115. And then from there we add another 10, which makes it 135. I think that's a good plan. Gradually get up to 135. And I can start building my strength back, my stability, and start seeing if I'm going to be more, I don't want to say this. The heavier I go, the more risk I pose to myself and my lower back. So by gradually going to 135 and being at 135 for a while, I'm able to be at a healthy risk. I mean, I don't know how healthy this risk is going to be. Hopefully it's manageable. That if I feel pain, it is not a very strong, insane sensation of pain that would last until I go to the hospital. Hopefully that's not what happens. But hopefully it's in healthy pain, and no pain is healthy, let's be honest, but healthy enough that or a tolerable pain that I'm able to say, all right, is me continuing on beneficial? Do I need to tweak anything? Am I feeling that pain while I'm feeling it? Right now, I'm feeling a little discomfort, but it's not in my lower back. It's closer to my hip. And I don't know. Actually, it's not in the same spot, but the only thing that I have been feeling is like tightness in my glutes, my left side actually. So that is something that I definitely need to work on and try to relax in whatever possible way that I can, and loosening it up because it's very tight. So that's one thing that I definitely need to start doing. Man, I feel like I'm like stuttering or repeating myself more than usual. But yeah, let's do this set real quick. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I really wish that I had my Timberlands here with me because I feel like I have better stability than the Converse. So Converse are great, but I just honestly, if I'm gonna wear a shoe, the only shoes that I think I've ever liked were high top Nikes and boots. I've never been a low top person. Like this is probably like the lowest high top or low top that I would wear, and this is pretty high. You know, these are not your low top Converse, but they're not their traditional high top Converse. But I digress. I feel like whenever I have squatted in my Timberlands before, and I think it was a lot easier to squat in the Timbs than it is with these shoes. So maybe next time I wear my Timbs, not suggesting that you use those, but I think it would be worth a try. I mean, personally, like I said, I prefer wearing Timbs in general, boots. That's just a personal preference. It may not give me a better advantage. It might give me a disadvantage, but that's just what I like to wear. All right. Got to do my normal ritual. And that's working my spine a little bit more, make sure that I'm able to hold a bar. Well, I haven't done that in a while. Let's go. Oh. That's pretty good lift, man. 135. Uh, so there's one thing that does bother me when I'm doing these squats, and that's like when I'm coming off from the bottom, uh, my knee. Something happens inside my left knee that I think maybe triggers something else, and it could be I don't know what it could be, but the way I want to describe it is I don't know if you can see my knee, but like right here, this portion, like here's the top, this midline right here, in here, it feels like there's an air pocket or like maybe not an air pocket, but like a inflammation of some sort that like if I would have done another rep, it would have caused some pain for sure, without a doubt. And I felt it on this last rep, last set, felt it on the last set as well in the last rep. So I feel it once, then I stop. I don't want to do it because I know there's been times where I just kind of push through it, and the next rep it gets worse. And I've always ignored it, but now I think that this time, it's not something that I can ignore. It's just something that I have to just deal with and just kind of do. How many more sets do I want to do? I mean, I guess we can consider this my working set, 135. So what was that? 4 reps. So I'll do one more, 135, and move on because the gym's gonna be closing soon in 1 hour. So I think this is a pretty good start with 135. I mean, I'm feeling pretty good right now. You know, I'm not in any pain. Oh fuck. All right, that's the last one because my head's starting to hurt, man. It fucking hurts. Oh, this is way too far back. Now it's way too close. I think this is about right. See, this is one of the reasons why you should be doing warm-ups, not only to get your muscles warmed up, but make sure that you are in the right placement for the working set. You know, and that could be in any exercise. Like sometimes the seat needs to go higher, maybe it needs to go lower, maybe it needs to go backwards, maybe it needs to go forwards. In this case, I gotta adjust this pad. And the second thing that I need to worry about is this pad as well. Make sure it's in the best spot to make it difficult for myself, but also comfortable because if it's too far out, then I'm carrying it with my feet instead of with like the curvature of my I don't know what it's called. It's not the heel. It's not the ankle, but you know what I'm talking about. Like here, the pad goes in the middle of your foot. Um, you know what I'm saying. So making sure you're in the right spot. Like I think I need to move this a little bit higher. It could be in the right spot. Who knows? But you know, but also making sure like we're warming up. We're doing the right thing, the right weight. We're feeling pretty good. Where's my other headphone at? Oh, it's right here. I gotta put these away. I don't want to wear them, to be honest. So, uh, let's go. Here we go. I have a bad feeling that I'm gonna wake up in the morning feeling like horrible, like sick, and then I'm actually gonna hate myself for it. But hopefully I don't. Hopefully that I'm able to work out. Tomorrow is my shoulder day. Actually, I was supposed to work out yesterday. Didn't come in because my shoulder, for whatever reason, it was bothering me. Like it's not bothering me today. I don't know if I just slept wrong, if my shoulder was sore. I don't think it was sore. I think I might have just slept wrong and it's kind of irritated. Might have been a combination of both. I don't know. But Wednesday I had off in the gym. Thursday I was supposed to do legs like today, and because of the pain, I didn't want to like come in here do squats and like have issues with my shoulder, because then that's just going to add to more of the complication of me squatting and trying to protect my lower back. And I didn't want to add one more thing to that. So I decided to take the day off. Cool. No issue, right? I'm just pushing everything down by one day. So tomorrow is my shoulder and arm day. So I'm going to be training shoulders again. That's the plan. Hopefully I'm feeling well, that I'm able to do shoulders and arms. Because I'm making some good progress on the shoulder machine. You can admit, you know, what's the weight I'm at? 115? So I'm making some progress here. And I actually found out that I called my doctor, like, hey, when am I doing this blood work? Because I feel like I should have done one by now. And it's been a while since I've done the last one. Like, oh, yeah, once we get like you situated, we get your levels checked out, and we have a baseline for you, we kind of start spreading them out. So now I don't have to go there till August. And when I go in August, they're doing a I forget the acronym they said, or may not have been an acronym. I couldn't really understand it, but it was like HC8. No, what was it? No, I'm pretty sure. I don't know the name, but they're checking my hemoglobin to make sure my blood isn't too thick. I'm pretty sure it is because I need to go donate. And it's probably a good idea for me to go donate in general because of my supplements. That I'm producing more testosterone, or not more, producing more blood cells than normal, so it's making it thick. So I definitely need to use, or not use, donate some blood. I'm hoping that I'm able to do it this weekend. And honestly, I there's this guy that came here to this gym, and I talked to him, and he said that he did not like to donate blood because, and he was on supplements, because he would feel lighter. I personally enjoy the feeling because it felt like I was able to breathe easier, if that makes any sense. And I felt like I was able to be more mobile because I felt lighter. Like they're taking a pint out of you. So, so I got to do that hopefully this weekend. Hopefully I have some time left. I actually should be looking it up right now. And yeah, that way when I go do my August one, it comes out good, clean. And then in October, I think I'm doing a full panel, which they're checking everything. So I need to back off sometime in September. That way I'm good and clean for October. I'm not showing high amounts of testosterone. I'm able to back off. And excuse me. I'm able to kind of reset my, what are those things called? Receptors. Right now they're probably overstimulated, overworked, or whatever, trying to uptake as much testosterone as they can. So they're being desensitized. So by backing off, kind of resetting things, like it won't be like a 100% reset, but it will like give you a slightly extra boost. It may not be like a huge boost, but it's a little extra something. Something that I've came across of just recently. So I have done it unconsciously because I'm not gonna lie, there's been times where I just don't want to take a shot. Feeling pretty good, all right, so I don't take one. It sucks. And people do glorify taking supplements, but when you're taking it, like for me, I'm taking it for the rest of my life. I'm okay with that. I'm happy with that. Like I have no regrets. And what was I gonna say? It does get annoying when you have to take a shot, when it's time for you to take a shot. Like at first, it's exciting. Like you want to do it. Like, oh my God, I get to do this, get more gains, blah, blah. But after a while, like I've been on this for what, 2, 3 years now? I think it'll be 3 years in like October. And it just gets annoying. It's just like, oh, I gotta go do this now. So you sometimes don't want to take the shot and you take a couple days late, or you don't take it until the next week or something. I don't know. But it's an annoyance. It becomes an annoyance, So if you're going to do this, make sure you know what you're doing to your body. I'm not advocating it. I'm not saying you should. I'm not saying you shouldn't. But honestly, I think for who knows how long. No, I know how long. All right. When I first back in high school, I took a strength training class, and they were showing us these like videos on like drugs, steroids, blah blah blah, and how steroids are bad for you. But they're also showing like steroids help you build X amount of muscle, and so and so. And I was like, when I watched this video, I know the purpose of watching that video was for them to deter me from taking supplements. I knew that I was going to do it at some point in my life, that I wanted to. That instance, I made up my mind that I wanted to do it. And I don't think I'm doing it in the most unhealthiest way. Like, I have a doctor checking me out. I'm backing off. So if I'm taking a higher dose, I do decrease it right before I go to the doctor's. And that basically takes maybe a month or two. So, like, if I'm taking more than I am now, which maybe at some point I might, but who knows? I may not. Uh, I know there's going to be a time where I have to back off, and I'm not just blasting high amounts into my body. So I think, now I could be wrong. Somebody might say that I'm doing it in the completely incorrect way, which is totally fine. I'm open to suggestions and feedback from that aspect. But from my current knowledge, I think I'm doing it in a healthy way that I know how to, because I'm taking a decent amount. Like, it's not a lot, at least in my opinion. I back off because I need to go to the doctor, and then I get back on it. It's just like I'm not on it. I'm not on high amounts like a lot of other people are. Could it benefit me? Sure. Um, but do I want the extra risk of taking more? That's where I kind of like, sure, I'll experiment, maybe take a little bit more than usual. Like, I had the 450. Um, was it 450? I think it was 450, whatever it was. Uh, and I don't think I was taking it consistently enough for me to get a huge benefit out of it. I definitely felt like I had more estrogen running through my body, which is probably why I didn't take it as much. But I did have some, whatever the estrogen blocker is, I forget the name. Uh, Basically, what the doctor gave me, I had a separate pill for that. Anyways, um, I don't know what my point was. Don't even know where the story was going, but uh, I I guess the point is, like, I try to be safe as much as possible, knowing that I want to do this, and I've known that I want to do this for a very long time. So, like, I want to continue being able to do it in the best way possible, because, like, I feel like it's more of a benefit to my life being on it than not on it, because I just feel better overall, even if I take slightly more than what the doctor tells me. Because what the doctor tells me, they want to keep me in a healthy, normal range. I want to be above the normal range, not by a lot, but by enough that I'm like, okay, cool. I'm better than the average person, so to speak, metaphorically here, okay? And I'm able to build more muscle, gain some benefit. Oh man, I never adjusted this, did I? Oh well. Yeah, I don't know what my point was, but I'll try this one more time. At first, it's exciting, and it's still exciting. Don't get me wrong; it's still exciting. Taking the supplement when you're supposed to take it becomes an annoyance, and this is something that I've known that I've wanted to do for a very long time. Since I saw a video of how steroids affect you in the body in high school. The video was purposed to deter me from taking it. Well, they showed me, and I was like, I want that, because honestly, man, I don't remember. No, I want to say that I was like 6 years old, give or take. And we're living in California. I remember my uncles had this gym in a garage, and I saw them working out, doing some stuff, and they had me doing some wrist curls with this dang, it was like 5 pounds or nothing, basically to work out your forearms. At least this is what I remember. I could be completely wrong. I don't know. Could have fabricated the whole thing, but that was something that I liked doing. And ever since that, I was like, I want to build my muscle. I want to get bigger. And whatever, like, it somehow entered into my head. And I would watch commercials of like, um, buy this to get bigger, buy this to get bigger, buy this machine, buy this machine. And I would honestly like, I want, when I grow up, I want to buy this stuff. Uh, or I'd ask my dad, hey, can we get this? Because I want to use it. But I mean, I was like 5, 6 years old. But like, I honestly like remember watching those things and wanting to work out. And then as I got older, we would pass by a GNC. And honestly, before I knew what a GNC was, or yeah, GNC, is it GNC or GMC? The supplement store. With these commercials, they were showcasing the GNC supplements. So like when we get to the mall, I'd like, oh, let's go inside. I want to see what they have because I wanted to buy stuff. Or at least I wanted my dad to buy stuff for me to get bigger. Now they never did buy me anything, but uh, it's always been in my head that I've always wanted to work out, and it's always something that's like ingrained in me that I wanted to ever since I can remember. Now I tried asking my dad about the gym that was in this garage that I remember, but my dad, my uncles, they don't remember. I don't know why I remember this thing. It may have not been their gym. It might have been the neighbor's gym in the garage. I don't know, but that's what I remember, and that's how everything I got started. It's crazy how like memory works, but I wish I could like somehow see my memory and kind of understand I want to show what I'm talking about. If I could just go into my brain and just kind of extract the video, I wish that was possible, but maybe one day. All right, so back to this because I've been talking for a while now. The most that I've ever done on this machine was 290 for 7 reps. Now I'm going to do a warm-up set of 275, or at least one more warm-up set before I go to 290, because like I just don't want to jump up to 290. I gotta adjust this. And I gotta put my seatbelt on. Make sure that I'm not coming off the bench or the seat. And I'm gonna do more than 7 reps today. I gotta move back a little bit. I should have had that energy drink, man. I really should have. We're at 290. And we're doing more than 7 reps today. Ah, 8 reps, motherfucker. Hell yeah. Yeah. It's pretty good. One more set in me. We're moving on. I think I want to do some sissy squats, some variation of them. No, not sissy squats. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Lunges. I have not done those in a very long time. Those are a glute killer or quad killer, depending on how you do them. But the reason I want to do them is to add some more strength to my glutes. Man, I'm winded. Because when you're squatting, your glutes need to have some activation in them. And because, like, I sit down all day. Well, not anymore, but I still sit down a pretty. I sit down a pretty large chunk throughout my day. So the stronger I have my glutes, the more mind muscle connection that I have with my glutes, uh, the better my back health is going to be, because my glutes are able to take more of the demand and not place it into my glutes, assuming that I'm in the right position, I have the right mobility and stability, and let's throw in technique, because technique isn't all of it, everything. So uh, it's not just about having strong glutes, but also making sure that you're using your glutes in a functional way for squats. So I think this would be like a stepping stone to getting them better and helping me out with the squats. So that's what I want to do next. They're going to be brutal. They're not going to be easy. I'm going to hate my life. And I think I'm going to walk up and down the, uh, what is this thing called? Makeshift field thing. Or should I do them in place? I think I should do them in place if I'm able to find a stand. Or they should have a stand, because I remember using it when I was doing it with the Smith machine. Man, oh my God. When I was doing the lunges with the Smith machine, that was the worst day of my life. One time, I got it to 135. Well, an equivalent to 135 on the Smith machine, which is like really like 90 pounds, because the bar doesn't weigh anything. But let's assume the bar weighs 45 pounds. It doesn't, but let's say it does. I got it to 135. I had 245s, or so 135 on each side. And then the other times that I did it, I could not do more than 95 pounds or 50 pounds, to be honest. I don't know how the fuck I managed to do that, but and it's in one of my leg days, somewhere in there. Uh, don't know how I managed to push myself that much, but I did it. Don't understand how the next time I train legs again, I was not able to do a 45 on each side. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. Oh, those lunges at the end, they were the worst lunges that I've ever done in my life. I didn't have any stability. Don't think I did them right at all. And I felt them more in my hamstrings than anything, especially during the last uh, set. I don't think I recorded that one, but I was feeling my hamstrings more activated than anything. And I was really trying to focus on activating my glutes. Maybe I need to activate my hamstrings more to get to my glutes. I don't know what the whole mechanic thing is for that, but uh, it was gonna be good lunges, at least from the feeling of my hamstrings. Like, I wasn't trying to target my hamstrings, like I said, but the feeling of how my hamstrings were being activated was a good feeling. I was definitely getting some benefit out of these crappy lunges that I did, and I mean crappy because they look terrible. They're the worst. They didn't look good, and I had no weight added. It was just my body, so I mean, I have to start somewhere again. I'm starting from zero. It sucks, but sometimes that's what you need to do to level up again. You got to come back down to go back up, because once you hit rock bottom, the only way to go is up. So that's where we're at right now. So yeah, the squats, they feel pretty good. 135 for the first time in a long time. So we're moving up in the world, literally moving up. Uh, I think I need to get a knee sleeve, and that might help with my knee injury. I don't think, not injury, but I don't think there's any type of rehab that's going to help with my knees. I know CC squats, which I hate doing because I don't think I'm doing them correctly. From what I've seen online, CC squats can help out with your knees. And since I modified this Jeff Nippard program, They are part of the program. I just don't do them. I've honestly tailored this to my own stuff and switched stuff out, in and out, whatever. But I might have to, I'm gonna have to look at what Jeff had and bring some of those things back in. It's a necessary evil, Sissy squats. I don't want to do them. I don't like them. Didn't feel good to them. I think I did them for like I want to say a month. So I was like, screw this. Um, Maybe there's an alternative to the sissy squats, but I think it's something that I unfortunately need to bring back. Uh, I definitely need to stretch out my hamstrings. Not my hamstrings, my quads. Hamstrings as well, but my quads. I was on my couch, laying down, had my toes tucked in under me, like my butt, and then I was just on the edge of the couch. And I don't know how to explain it, but I'm just stretching out my quads. God damn, they were so tight. I felt so much relief after that. So mobility and just, I need a deep, deep, deep tissue massage. And here in my complex, we actually have a lady that does it. At least I think it's a lady. Could be a man. I don't know. But we have somebody that does massages at the complex. It's very expensive. So I'm hoping that she's very good, because it is $60 for 30 minutes. That's a lot of money for 30 minutes. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm sure she's a wonderful person. Hopefully she deserves it. Hopefully she does a great job. But that's a lot of money. But I might have to reach out to this massage person and ask him to give me a very deep, deep tissue massage. Like, I want to be in pain. Well, that's not the best way to put it. I want this person to get all the knots out, get all the tightness out of me. That's what I need. I need them to alleviate all the muscle tightness that I have in my body and every square inch. So, uh, might have to look into that. It may not be happening for a while. If it does happen, there's no way I'm going to be recording that, because I don't think that she's going to want it or he's going to want it. Well, hopefully it's not he. I would prefer a woman. Um, Personal preference, but yeah. What else? What else happened during this workout, man? It was a good workout, though. I'm not gonna lie. Um, Still feel tired. I'm honestly gonna go in there and my mind's gonna be awake, but I'm gonna want to fall asleep. So tomorrow is gonna be a shoulder and arm day. It's gonna be a good day, a fantastic day. Hoping that my shoulder is healed enough that I'm not feeling any pain when I do the shoulder press. Because, oh, man, what's my nose? Hopefully, I'm not feeling any pain when I'm doing the shoulder press, because that's gonna suck. Like, I took an extra day off to prevent me from having pain. So if I'm having pain, then, like, what was the point of me having an extra day off? You know? But I mean, there is a point. It lessened the probability of the pain or the injury. So thank you for watching. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and then click on one of the videos that are popping up. It's usually just one, to go to the next video, and then you can see me there as well. You can join me on this journey of rehabilitation, building more muscle. Uh, yeah, that's all I had. Also, I forget his name, man. He told me his name and I forgot about it. But his IG, or not yet, TikTok is post pump clarity, which is, yeah. And he's a pretty funny kid. He's like 16, kind of wild. Uh, yeah, that's all I have to say about him. He's a good kid though, from what I know. Don't know much, but he's a good kid. He's got pretty good genetics. He's getting big, man. Uh, I honestly think he's way bigger than I am, and I'm 220 pounds. He's like 150, but he's also like 3 inches shorter than I am. Regardless, either way, like, he's also a leaner, so there's that. I don't know why I'm rambling, but I gotta go sleep. and planning out my meals for tomorrow because it's time to meal prep again. I need to, what do I need to meal prep? What do I want to meal prep? Because there's, well, whatever. That'll be maybe for another video.